Hello everyone. Let's design and develop snakes and ladder game. In order to design or develop any application or a game, we need to know the pre-requirements of the game or application. As the name suggests, as the snakes and ladder, we require snakes and ladder. And we also require boards, players and dice. In order to create an application, we require some rules, and based on those rules, we use it to design the application. Let's look into the rules of the game. The board consists of the range from 1 to 100, whereas the dice ranges from 1 to 6, and which is used to return the random value from 1 to 6, where the 6 is inclusive. And every player should be placed at the position 0 initially. And whenever the player turns come, he used to throw a die, and based on the condition, satisfied condition, he used to move to the next position. If the player won the game, which means if the player reaches 100, we need to declare the player as a winner. And if the player exceeds 100, we shouldn't move the position of the player. For example, if the player is at 98, if he used to throw a die and he got 4, if we want to move the player forward, he will move to the 102, which exceeds our range from 1 to 100. So we shouldn't move the player from 98 to 102. We should place him at 98 until and unless he got 2 or 1 in the next chance. And we have already discussed that we require snakes and ladders, and each and every snake consists of a head and tail position, and we require a ladder which contains the start and end position. This is the main or the key rule of the game. There could be another snake or ladder at the tail of the snake or the end of the end position of the ladder, and the piece should go up or down accordingly. Let's understand this rule in detail. If the player is at 60 and if he used to throw a die and he got 4, and the next position is 64. Now we need to check whether the 64 contains any snake or ladder. Let's take an example and explain this point. If the 64 contains a snake which contains the tail at the position 32, and if the 32 contains another ladder which ends at the position 84, and if the 84 contains a snake which ends at the position 64, which leads to an endless loop, and it leads to infinite loop, and it will terminate our program. We need to take care of this condition. Okay, till now we used to know all the pre-requirements and the rules of the game, and now we used to design the approach of our code. I used to split our code into 6 different classes in order to organize our code or application. In the snakes class, I used to set a hash map which stores head and tail as a key value pair. We use it to store it in key value pair because we don't need to traverse the heads and tails. We just want to grab the head position of the snake, and likewise we just want the start position of this ladder, so we use it to get hash map, and in the dice class I can it consists of only one method which returns the value from 1 to 6 randomly, where the 6 is inclusive. And in the players class we require two things. One is hash map as well as lists. As the each, each and every player's initial position should be kept at 0, and when the game is going on, we need to track the position of the player, so we need to take the hash map and store the name with the position of the player by keeping the initial position to 0. And as we need to traverse each and every player for a number of times till there is only one player left in the game, so we use it to take the list, which is nothing but an array list. And in the board class I use it to keep the logic of the game, and in the main class I use it to keep the input and output of the game. Let's look into the input format. Here they specified that we need to take the number of snakes along with the tail and head of the snake. And likewise we need to take the number of ladders with the start and end position of the ladders, and likewise we need to take the number of players with their names. And we need to print the output for every player's next position with the player name and the value of the dice they have thrown, and with the initial position to the final position or the next position. Let's look into the code. Dive into the code. As we all know, the input suggests that we need to take the number of snakes, and I use it to create the object with the number of snakes by passing the number of snakes. And we need to take a number of snakes by taking the heads and tails, and use it to pass these heads and tails to the snakes class. We have already discussed that we require hash map, which is used to store head as a key and tail as a value. I used to take hash map with integer comma integer, where integer is the first integer is the head and second integer is the tail. And we all know that we require getters and setters for this. And secondly, likewise as snakes, I used to take ladders and pass them to the ladder class, which contains the hash map, which stores the start and end positions of the ladder. And nextly, we use it to take the number of players, and for each and every number we use it to take the name of the player and pass into the players class. Here we already discussed that we require hash map along with the list. In the hash map we use it to store the name of the player by initial value for each and every player as 0, and adding the name of the player to the array list. And next we use it to pass the minimum and maximum value to the dice. In the dice class we use it to initialize the minimum and maximum value in the constructor itself and return the range or a random value in between the range which we have specified in the rolled die method. We use it to initialize or get each and every heads and tails, starts and ends, and player positions and the names of the players, and pass it to the board class. In the constructor itself we use it to initialize each and everything, and here the logic comes: set and get next position. We use it to get the random value in between the range, and we use it to get the name of the player and the position of the current position of the player. if the current position is at 0, initially the current position at 0, plus if the dice value is 4, as 4 is less than or 100, which shouldn't exceed the range of the board, then we need to enter into this if block. Then we need to check if the next position contains any snake or a head. Here we use it to check whether it contains a snake, or here we use it to check whether it contains a ladder. If it contains a snake, we need to move the next position to the tail of the snake, and if it contains a ladder, we need to move the next position to the end position of the ladder, else we need to place the next position itself. And we need to consider this point mainly, as we have already discussed, it leads to an infinite loop. In order to handle this, we use it to write this logic. Here we use it to store the previous value. For example, the previous value is 64. We use it to run a while loop by checking if the position contains any snake or a ladder. If it contains a snake, we need to get the next position. If it contains a ladder, we need to get the end position. And this process continues until we get a false situation in the while loop, or else we used to get the previous position with the next position, whereas initially previous position is stored with 64. For after 3 iteration, the next position also gets to 64, where previous position 64 is equals to 64. Then it says that we use it to stuck in the infinite loop. Then we need to terminate the loop. Here I use it to terminate the loop by placing the position previous, which is at 60. We have already discussed it here, that position 60. And I use it to update the next position of the player and return the value as specified, as we have seen here, output format. And here we use it to check if the player reached 100, then we need to add the player to the winners list, and we need to remove the player from the players list, and we need to decrement the active players number. And finally, after completion of the logic, we need to get the winners list, and we use it to print the winners. Here we use it to consider 84, 32, 64, which leads to an infinite loop, and we get the input and we get the output in a good manner. This is the output. Thank you.